Welcome to Kentucky Route Zero. So, this is a fairly unique game from what I've heard. I couldn't really get an accurate synopsis, so to speak, about the game. From what I understand, it's just an adventure game where you're going through some caves along an unusual highway. And while we weren't here for the very beginning of the game, you notice it's all the way out to Act 3. I've heard so many things about this that I decided to go ahead and take the plunge. And if it's something that I enjoy, we can go all the way to Act 5 for the finale. So for now, we need to start at the beginning, because where else do you start? And with that, we start Act 1. Act 1, Scene 1. Equus Oils. Let's examine the dog. An old hound in a straw hat. Both have seen better days. The truck. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted outside are the words Lissette's Antiques. Furniture and glassware curiosities. Let's talk to the attendant. Damn, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know, beer bottles, whiskey, lost tire or something. Spilled booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? His name is Homer. Her name is Blue. Just some dog. I don't know his name. Oh, so these are my options. Let's name him Homer. Bit of a shuffle or a drag in Homer's step. Kind of old, isn't he? Well, I guess he's got some stories, then. Hey, here's some jerky for Homer. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet a dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my back. That's just a few feet off the horizon. I've been driving all evening looking for 5 Dogwood Drive, or I've got a delivery to make on Dogwood, but I'd rather watch the sunset. Yeah, it's the truth. You gotta stop now and breathe in that road. I bet while you're driving, you let your eyes wander up that tree line, you just, well, bet you're more of a poet than old Joseph. How long have you been working here? Been working here a number of years. It's pretty okay, you know. I have an advanced degree and a few publications. It's pretty okay here. Listen, you and Homer would have been driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side of... Well, to get there you gotta take the Zero. Zero is a tough route to find. We can use my computer to look up directions. You'll have to head down to the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those whining lights back up anyway. It's too damn quiet out here. Basement door is back there in the office. Appreciate your help, friend. Oh, and here, take this lamp. It gets dark. Joseph sits between gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Okay, let's go downstairs then. That's the exit. A dusty, rusty sign is bolted onto the wall. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near the gasoline. 2. No consumption of beer or spirits on the premises. 3. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Good advice. Relax. Count backwards from 5. And for 4, strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes of every hour. So we have people down here. Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Well, let's have a word with Emily, Ben, and Bob. Conway clears his throat. Have you all seen a breaker box down here, or... Oh, sorry, I didn't know there was anyone down here. Did you hear something? No, sorry. I was looking at the rules again. It's easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? Means you get to pick up your marker and move it somewhere on the map. So it's your turn now, right? Oh, yeah, I guess so. Where do you put that 20-sided die? They're playing Dungeons and Dragons down here or something? I don't see it. Did you drop it? Uh, should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. And that's why we have the ability to turn off our lamp. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. Number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but has a reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. And they're gone. Folding chairs are arranged around a worn card table. The chairs are empty and the surface of the table is bare. Conway places the 20-sided die in his pocket or keeps it in his pocket and walks away. We're gonna put that back. And they did not return. Is there anything over here? Let's have a word with our buddy Joseph here. There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. Well, I better get those directions ahead to the 0 if you don't mind, or there are people down in your basement playing some kind of game, but they're gone now. In the basement? No, I don't think so. Maybe that lamplight was playing tricks on you, huh? Well, strange things happen underground, especially in the dark. So, computer's in the office. You're looking for the Marquez. You're looking for a Marquez. She knows her way around those roads. She'll get you to the 0. Password is, damn. You should just feel it out. Muscle memory, you know? It's kinda long. Kinda like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. So we have to choose the poem, I assume. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. User. Type Conway or Joseph. Let's try Conway. User Conway is not real. I'm right here, man. Typing Joseph. Password. Typing wheels slide loose and the stars drop away. Or I talk and listen to him talking. The stars drop away. Nobody saw the accident. The moon throbs or it's late. You just breathe road, the lights whine, it will only get later. Password accepted. How's it going in there? Figuring it all out? Sure you are. Messages, address book, games, exit. Games is not real. Pfft. Let's go to the address book. I don't care to read his email. The 0, Dogwood Drive, Marquez. Marquez residence, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 65, turn left as soon as you see the ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. Got it? Out there on Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look. While you're down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. Borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago, and now the power is all weird over there. Over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but maybe she'd want it back at home. It's a nice TV. my scratches behind Homer's right ear. How's it going, Homer? What do you think of this place? Or how about a treat, since we just got that jerky? Reminds me a bit of your old man Ira. Do you miss that guy? He was a good man, a good boss. What do you think of this place, or take it easy, Homer? It's odd, I never noticed it driving by. And we can be on our way. Let's head back into the night. So, how does this work exactly? Let's check out the wreck. Looks like we can't leave the light. And I guess there's nothing for us to do here, at least for now. Conway shakes his head. What a mess, huh? What a waste, right? What a mess. Do you think anyone was hurt? Looks like a tough one to walk away from. Question is, will we be returning here later or not? We have places to go. And there's nothing for us over there. So we can start moving northeast. Burning tree. A tall black oak burns on a hill above the road. Dragonflies. Truck jerks toward the shoulder, nearly run off the road by a swarm of dragonflies. Their wings beat briefly in the headlights and disappear into the night. Wonder how many things are hidden on this map exactly. Oh well, let's get back on the road. Maybe we'll have more time to explore in the other acts. Frenchman Knob Road. Turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's on fire. Burning tree is back here. Whoa. Oh, I thought there was another marker there. Act 1, Scene 2. Marquez Farmhouse. So let's observe our truck real quick. Moving truck rumbles softly to itself. We still have this. It's the exact same. Let's talk to Homer. Conway rubs Homer's belly. Pretty dark out here, huh? So I just guess we need to head up the path here. The farmhouse is up the hill a bit. Maybe I can borrow you a treat up there. A street lamp lights the base of a dusty path leading up the hill. A family graveyard set off to the side of the house. Headstones are inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate. Nowakowski, Padilla, Marquez. And is that the TV under our arm? Looks like it. Light switch. I was just thinking what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? No, I haven't been here before. I know, it must seem very strange to you. I was here when this house was built, so it's never been strange to me. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed, and we built this one. It was very expensive, and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? I'm looking for the zero. Oh, you're lost. And that old blind man sent you, is that right? Of course he did. He's nice. Did he say anything nice about me? Did he send along a gift? He asked me to return this TV set of yours. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero, I know. That's not how it's supposed to look. You made a mistake setting it up. Is it a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? Dad said it was radioactive. You know what, let's do this one. I know about that. He was ill, wasn't he? Mentally, I mean. Kind of cautious. Timid. Cautious? Yeah, that's the way to put it. No, things just had to be a certain way. No, just expressive. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised. Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. That's not a television. Or at least not a television I've seen before. Hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. Picture on the TV, or what do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now I think it's mostly spiders. TV's picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shanna would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. The new models are giving her some trouble. Your cousin. That's my father's brother's daughter, Shannon. We're about the same age. Well, we used to be. She's older now. She has a workshop up north a ways, by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. It's a big bait and tackle shop, and she fixes TVs in the back. Do you like fishing? Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV, but I'll get you headed the right way. So, it's pretty easy. Get back on 65 heading north, then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the zero is basically inevitable. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. Now she's gone. The car is gone as well. A disused wood-burning stove set up in one ash-dusted corner of the room. It's cold to the touch. And no change there. Conway pets Homer on the side. There's some horses out there behind the house, or I just met the strangest lady. Remember the horses you and Lisette and Ira had? Shit, I meant to push the other one. Guess they don't sleep in the barn. Must be full of gear. And off we go. So from the Marquez farm up north a ways by the lake, right where Peonia and Wax Road meet. The creek runs along the sideway and turns into a dirty brick building. A grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate smokestacks. At the edge of the building's parking lot, a large sign, partly obscured by trees, reads, "A mere artificial limb factory." Mammoth Cave Parkway. Mammoth Cave Road. Sign from the building just reads museum. Lights are off, but the front door is open. A few feet inside the museum doors, the ambient sound of the highway drops sharply away. The room is cold, dark, and still. A book lies on a table in the center of the room. An open hallway extends to the left. Large glass doors bar the path ahead. Let's look at the book. There's no title on the book's spine or cover. A three-word phrase written in pencil on the first page is smudged and indecipherable. On the first page, someone has left an ink drawing of a horse. Several dozen blank pages later, at the end of the book, is an elaborate ink drawing of a one-legged man working in an antique adding machine surrounded by whiskey bottles. Let's walk to the hallway. Conway's steps echo against the hallway's marble floor and arched ceilings. Plexiglass boxes line the walls. The hallway dead ends on a darkened display case. Let's check the boxes. The first box, just a few feet into the hall, contains an assortment of bird wings. Some are missing feathers. One large, brightly colored wing almost glows in the moonlight. Its feathers are intact, but a piece of bone pokes awkwardly out from the tip. How about the display case? Damn it. So I said we were going to the hallway. This time I have to look at the display case. This display case is several yards wide, but just a few feet off the ground. It's unlit, and back in this corner of the darkened museum, very little moonlight creeps in. A gold-plated plaque on the surface of the case is a bit easier to read. It recounts a short history of fowl hunting in the region, and then speculates abruptly about the nature of addiction. Now we go back to the entrance. So let's go through the glass doors. They won't budge, and to force through we have to break them, which we will. The glass shatters. Somewhere ahead a light switches on. After a moment it switches off. The room is dark again, and the floor is covered in broken glass. Broken glass grinds under Conway's boots as he walks down the hall. He has a feeling of being in a larger space. Very little light reaches the far end of the hallway. Feeling the walls, we find that the walls are completely smooth and strangely warm. Conway can feel his breath and sweat condensing on the surface. Conway kneels and runs his hands along the floor. The floor is completely smooth and strangely warm. So they're the exact same. And return to the entrance. We've exhausted all of our options here. Let's leave. That's Annetta Road. Nolan Dam Road. Sunfish Bee Spring. And Morgantown we have a church. A singing chorus echoes from within the church. The building is 1 story tall with a pitched roof and a 3-story spire rising from the front. The top section of the spire is made of stained glass. An interior light illuminates the pines in red, green, and blue. A large LED display glows in the parking lot. Light of the Last Great Awakening Baptist Church. Let's listen. The muffled chorus drones at a steady volume, repeating the same 2 verses without rest. And let's go in. The front doors of the church are modest and warm. They are locked. Let's check the back of the building. A ramp leads up from a few dusty metal trash cans to the church's back door. Inside one of the trash cans, we find a bit of something leafy and rotten stuck to the bottom of it. Another is full of unlabeled videotapes. Let's check the back door. Conway finds himself in a kitchen lit by a buzzing fluorescent ceiling fixture. On the counter are a plate of moldy bread and an empty Dixie cup flecked red around its waxy rim. A set of swinging plastic doors on the far wall lead out of the kitchen. Let's go through the plastic doors. Conway pushes open the plastic doors and walks through. Vacant pews sprawl unevenly into the church. A small raised stage lies to Conway's right, bare except for a tape recorder. The tape recorder's power cord runs to an outlet near Conway's feet. And we unplug that. The singing stops, the lights fail. Union Light, Dog Creek Road. Cub Run. Aha, we found a bait shop. Conway pulls into the bait shop parking lot. Vaulted above the road on a thin steel bar, a handwritten sign reads, "Live bait. Minnows small and also large for stripers, nightcrawlers, chips, and beer." A green flyer hangs loosely from a bit of masking tape at eye level. To the shop's right, a dirt parking lot sprawls unevenly into the grass and then eventually trees. The bait shop is open. Let's read the flyer. Computer-printed type in a bold font surrounds a clip-art illustration of a TV set. The TV has eyes, arms, and legs. Its shoulders are slouched. On the screen is a cartoon expression of exhausted nausea. A hot water bottle rests against its wire antenna. TV repair. No model too old. Inquire within. We do not sell digital converter boxes. Let's enter the bait shop. Narrow aisles crowded with lures, reels, rods, and snacks divide the shop lengthwise from the entrance to the cashier's counter. Left wall is lined with churning tanks of water. Let's look inside the tanks. 3 metal tanks aren't labeled, and the water is too agitated to get a clear view of what's inside each one. The contents of the first tank are vaguely gray. The second is a muddy pink. The third is clear, but shiny silver flecks occasionally flash along the surface. Well, let's check the first tank. Conway's hand brushes against something roughly the size of his palm. Let's reach deeper. So, Conway reaches deeper into the tank. Conway's hand comes into contact with a scaly, uneven surface. As he runs his fingers along the bottom, a bead of sweat bridges the inches from his temple to the water's surface. Something bites at his forearm. He recoils. Let's reach into the second tank. Conway's fingers slip through the fleshy but inert. The sensation is nauseating. Oh, slip through something fleshy but inert. Let's reach deeper. As his elbow passes into the pinkish mass, he realizes he's about to be sick from the smell and pulls away. As for the third tank, the water seems to tremble with life, and Conway can't tell if his hand is being nibbled by fish or massaged by the artificial current. As his eyes near the surface of the water, he can see something colorful glowing faintly at the bottom of the tank. Reaching deeper, a tremor spreads from his elbow out to his fingertips and up to the base of his shoulder. His vision flickers. The water's running warm, under his skin now. He has the sensation that something is about to snap. His eyes close. He lays on a rooftop, new shingles rough beneath his back. Sprawling in the noon sun, he is exhausted. It must have started before dawn. His legs are sore from holding stable on the uneven surface, his wrists from breaking old sealant, his fingers from carefully lifting shingles to hammer down new ones. His boss, Ira, yells from the idling truck below. He shades his eyes with his hand. Beer would be good. It's barely past noon, but he's worked a full day already. What could the harm be? Maybe a shot at the counter, just to get his eyes open. Then a beer. He could offer to drive into town for lunch and stop at that place on Cumberland. Cashier pushes Conway roughly on the shoulder. He's been talking, yelling maybe, but it's all an echo now. Conway looks up, his neck stiff with pain, his right palm still tingling. The cashier points to the tank, then above it to a few holes torn in the wall, nail holes from which an electric sign has come dislodged and fallen into the water. He helps Conway to his feet, looks at him pitifully, and returns to the cash register. So, what happens if we look at the third tank? We can't look at the third tank anymore. So we'll leave those be, and we'll approach the counter. A wiry cashier stands behind the register, preoccupied with a Sudoku puzzle. Ask about Shannon Marquez's workshop. A handwritten sign on the door behind the counter reads, "Tea repairs by appointment. Please consult with cashier." The cashier knocks a few times on the door and waits, occasionally glancing at his puzzle. After a few moments with no answer, he notices a smaller note written on the sign. Reads it, then points it out to Conway. Let's read it. "Weaver, I got your message. Have left for the old mine. Don't know if I will see you there or what. Ready either way, Shannon." So the old mine. Conway asks about the basketball game. Cashier switches on the radio. An AM sports broadcast is playing, but Conway can't be sure if it's meant to answer or drown out his questions. And we're good to leave, but I don't know where the old mine is. Airplane. Two shirtless, shoeless men push a light aircraft along the highway. Occasionally, one or the other slips a bit on the sweating asphalt or starts to pull back his hair. The rubber is almost worn away on those wheels. Soon these men will be dragging this airplane. The men are nearly broken. And it looks like there's nothing we can do to help them or talk to them or anything. be on our way then. Conway is ready to leave. We've done enough staying put. Well, I don't know where the old mine is, so we'll have to worry about that at another time. Guitar player. Young man, gray stained clothes, sits by the side of the road. He's playing a worn guitar. To his left is a blue mug, and to his right, a weathered dog. Pet the dog. Dog closes its eyes and pretends to be asleep. Young man strums absently on the guitar, hums tunelessly, and occasionally mumbles a word. Put $1 in his cup. Young man stops playing, pulls the $1 bill out of his whiskey, and hands it back to Conway. Awkward. Okay, yeah, this is the one I checked already. So to find the on-ramp, take the first right after the artificial limb factory. I'm also a little curious about what's all in the notes. Oh. And I guess that's our on-ramp. Act 1, Scene 3. Elkhorn Valley. I assume the truck hasn't changed, but what about our buddy Homer? Conway brushes some dirt off Homer's hat. How's it going, Homer, or take it easy? How's it going, Homer? Not sure that Lee was right about the on-ramp to Zero being here. Hey, you got something on your hat. Been digging in Lisette's flowers again? Or did you pick that up on the road? Don't you ever get tired of nosing around strange places, or you like it here? You like it out here, don't you? Picking up strange dirt on the road. Shannon speaks into a large brick cell phone held up to her ear. It's $200 for 2 weeks? Yeah, it's kind of an emergency, or no, it's fine, I'll figure it out. Yeah, it is kind of an emergency. It kind of is an emergency. That's... Dang it. Okay, clicking's a little awkward here. Okay, you're right. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Hangs up the phone, puts it away. Stranger walked in with a dog. Excuse me, ma'am. So the light was on. I'm looking for the on-ramp to... Are you here to kick me off the property, or do you believe in ghosts? Oh, no, no. I guess you don't belong here either, do you? Do you work for the power company, or are you just out wandering? Well, I do drive a lot, just me and the road mostly, when the sun is out. Is that your job, driving? Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lisette's Antiques, and I'm out trying to finish this job. You're making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. Send me this young lady, name of Weaver Marquez. You sent me this way, and so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's been like so far anyway with... What? Weaver Marquez, do you know her? So you saw her, tonight. I know Weaver, she's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Oh, you're the one who fixes televisions. That's right. Did she tell you that too? Of course she did. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd been hearing it echo through the house for years. She said, I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in the door. Just came back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a lie. At that time, I thought she meant it as a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle. She's a mystery. So what are you doing down here, Shannon? I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to fix the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. What are you looking for? Not exactly sure. I have a few ideas. I'll know it when I see it. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up now. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine. It runs pretty deep and tangled. If you're going down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else, so we've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis and figure out what kind of topography we're up against, or topology we're up against. Sure, let's look around. So who am I controlling? That runs into the mine's PA system. Do you think it still works? Only one way to find out. Alright, give it a whirl. Is anybody down there? How big is this place? How big is this place? Nothing. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff powered. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and lights. Yeah, they got paid in these little shitty plastic tokens. Coal script, you know? And if you want to run the fans for a bit to clear the air up, well, you had to put a token in. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. Guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Can we power it up? Oh, we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed. Here, set up that lamp of yours. I'll go unplug these ceiling lights. Conway tries to think of something clever to say. I hear the speakers back here crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something into the mouthpiece. Well? Okay, I hear you. I kind of hope so. She's not that far away. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnels run. Just make some noises into the mouthpiece. Let's tap the mouthpiece. Let's hum a deep tune into the mouthpiece. Let's whistle. Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with a cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer. So just say something into the mouthpiece and we can get a sense for how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy. Just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something. Or what did you have for breakfast today? Here's a story. I used to work doing roof repair. We even fixed up a church roof once. Should have taken us an hour to get there. It seemed like a big project, but doable. But then a thunderstorm hit and it was too late anyhow. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. I hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. Let's think about the road. Let's remember earlier in the day. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape. Keep at it for a minute. How about a cold drink? Conway breathes and relaxes. His appeal of feedback and loose rocks engulfs him. Guess we chose poorly. Act 1, Scene 4. Elkhorn Mine. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? I'm okay. I've got you. You're alright. Shit, your leg is pinned. I'm going to pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's fine. Just try to stand up. Careful, I'm right here. Damn, don't worry, I've got you. That leg is in bad shape. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Okay, there's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out one of the auxiliary exits, if there are any. I think there are. And what about Weaver? We'll just find the exit and then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So, the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. And I'm going to turn off the light to make it a little bit more eerie. Now we only have the sparks to illuminate the area. Eh? Are they back? Yeah, they're back. More people? A horse? Was that a unicorn? Kinda glad I'm recording this because now I can go back and just look to see what's actually there. I assume this would be a much more boring ride if I had the light on. How long does this thing go anyway? Here we go. Oh, we have to turn the light on to get off. Thank God, okay. Let's go. Yeah, okay, I'd still like to look around a bit. I think I saw a tunnel with some broken up tracks back there. I'm wondering what's down there. Sure, I'll wait right here. So who are we in control of now? Helmets. Yeah, we've been separated from Homer. I'm sure he'll be fine. Maybe it's not Homer that we need to look out for. Hey, stranger. I didn't think you were coming back, or did you find what you were looking for? Yeah, maybe. Look, we're not going to talk about that anymore, okay? Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm just on edge. I'll be okay once I get away from this mine. How's the leg? I can sidewalk on it, but it's slow. Well, I'll try not to get too far ahead of you. You don't mind my hitching a ride, do you? I kinda got a lift out here. I wasn't sure if, when I'd be heading back. I can drive. Maybe that's the best. Don't worry, I've been driving since I was 9. I still need to find the 0. Well, it's like I told you, Weaver doesn't lie. If she sent you here to find your on-ramp, this is where you should be looking. Maybe you just weren't listening close enough, and that's not exactly what she said. I saw Weaver at my workshop. That's up north by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Peonia, at the back of a bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse. Whichever you want to head to first, just let me know. Homer. Conway stands solemnly in front of Homer. Homer, this is Shannon. Nice to meet you, Homer. I've got some dried banana slices in my bag. Would you like one? Take care of your friend here, and there's more where that came from. We can talk to Homer again. Take it easy, Homer. Can we talk to Shannon? No. So what's our new option here? Is it giving her the option to drive or something? Lisette's Antiques. I guess this is your truck? Surprised? It's kind of old. No, I'm not surprised. I guess it's antique too. I think it suits you. She's calling us old. Let's get back on the road. And that's still on the map for us. And I think the bait shop is closer, so we're gonna go out that way. Conway and Shannon pull into the parking lot. Bait shop is closed, but we can enter the side door. The walls are lined with cheap metal shelves, littered precariously with vacuum tubes, awkwardly shaped metal casings, and coffee cans full of electronic components. Shannon leads Conway to the back of the room, where a few TV sets in various states of disassembly are set up on a rough wooden table. She flips the switch on the power strip they're all plugged into, and the TVs tremble to life. So, let's find out about Weaver. Shannon points to a small security monitor on the table. The image of the screen is just black. It seems to be fading slowly, almost imperceptibly, between different shades of black. Shannon tweaks a few knobs on the side of the monitor, but the picture doesn't change. Let's stare at it. The screen is a cavernous black. It hums and swells at the pace of the tide. Conway loses track of the workshop's walls. They could be inches away or miles. He's adrift on black water, traveling swiftly toward a rocky shore. There should be a lighthouse or a buoy by these rocks. It's too dangerous. Shannon switches off the power strip. Weaver is not here. Okay, back to the farmhouse we go. Act 1, Scene 5. The Marquez farmhouse. And the musicians are gone now. And it seems like Conway does move a lot slower. Okay, now she's helping me. Will the graveyard be any different with Shannon with us? There's nobody buried here, you know? It's decorative, I guess. Or it's art or something, I don't know. A decorative graveyard. Weaver's folks were like that. Not morbid, I mean, but strange. Careless with tragic ideas. And look at that headstone, Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. So, this is where she was? Yeah, it makes sense. This was where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, you know, and had this place built. Do you have any debts? I owe some people some apologies. Well, you're lucky that's all you owe. My parents were like that, till the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and air purifiers, and for my mom, it was canaries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. Weaver had debt too, a lot of it, all tuition. She said she was a mathematician or something? Yeah, she studied some esoteric stuff about something about using math to translate between Spanish and English. Eventually, Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook and got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she just drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and the car was gone. She never came back. Until tonight. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. Okay, I guess we two aren't the only ones she's been talking to. It's not something you see every day. That old TV right there. Well, that is a damned antique for you. I had a model like that in the shop once, but I had to sell it off to make rent. Most painful decision I ever made. Say, do you mind if I open it up? Looks like the dials are all corroded and the screen is leaking a light a bit. Come on, I bet Lisette would never forgive you for letting a specimen like that fall into disrepair. Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Looks like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. That's okay, I have a few spares in my bag here. Here, I pulled this one out of an old computer monitor. Just needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay, that should be seeing something now. Are you seeing anything? That looks dangerous. What you're doing there? Damn, okay. Here, I think the contacts are dirty. Now don't go telling my customers I clean off old vacuum tubes with spit. There, just gotta turn it north-south and... there goes the barn. And that would be Route 0. And that's the end of Act 1. So, I don't know if the choices we make, the conversation trees that we initiate, if any of those things actually come back to impact us later on in the storyline. But it's at least a quirky little game. A little bit simplistic, yes, but it does have some style going for it, and the setting is kind of interesting. So there seem to be some factors at play that we don't quite understand, and we have 4 acts to maybe find a bit more. But I'm going to put a break here. I don't know how long this video was since I can't see my clock at the moment, but I'm probably going to try to do all of the acts as a single video upload, even if that means I won't be able to do them in quick succession. Hopefully you guys don't mind. So this was the beginning of Kentucky Route Zero, and I'm interested. I want to keep going, and maybe we can see just how far the rabbit hole goes. So until next time, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.